So this is the last part of the video. It is super late. I don't even want to tell you what time it is. But I gotta tell you that I'm gonna do this because I need to get it out of me and I need to finish it. I need to get it done. No, only because I can see this and I understand it, and I know that if maybe some of you understand it, but we'll maybe do some change. I am talking about straight people, which I am not part of it, but I've been around them my entire life. I was conceived because the straight people got together. Every gay, lesbian, transgender, and bisexual and queer people have been in this earth because we had a purpose. We were never a mistake, no matter what your fucking books say and your beliefs. And you might say, well, this is your belief. It's not my belief. It is facts. Because I have done the research, because I had to educate myself and like why I was still here. It's 2025. And because some piece of shit added a fucking book that people just love to use to go against us, the LGBTQ, saying that we were not great, that we're not good, that we're going to hell. When hell doesn't really exist, you have no proof of it. So I'm gonna go by proofs and what I just created. This is mine, literally my analytical part, and based on 20, oh god, it's so old, 24 years of professionally teaching straight people how to dance, mostly women, which I have heard of all their awful stories, some of them great, but most of them awful stories that had a male, be the person that created or destroyed their life or what they thought was destroying their life, and yet they always they feel like safe with me, right? Because I am gay. I have the part of me that they feel safe by being a man, and even safer because I am in touch with my feminine side and I don't want to sleep with them. Simple as that. So I had so many stories, so many things that they never wanted to tell anyone, and they just always feel so good in telling me. I'm not gonna say any of that, but what I'm saying is like they gave me and they believe in me and they trust me. So I had this for so many years, and I would say this, I think it's like about 3 weeks when this beautiful woman that I never met before, she's a friend of a friend, and she told me her life story after I have teach, and she was so mad about her daddy's child, that even though she didn't get a ring before she got the child, but she was married before. But she never got a baby with that one. But she cares so much about, and she was hurt, and she was getting hurt by this man's actions when he wasn't in her life in the way that you would think a partner would be, because he wasn't her partner. They had broken up, and now she had his baby. And I'm like, you need to stop this, because you don't deserve this. You need to be happy, because as being a child of divorce, and divorced myself, that's a different story, but my parents got, my birth parents, my blood related parents, got divorced when I was 5 years old. I sort of took and saw myself as her child, and I was like, the only thing, and I do remember now, the only thing I wanted to see as a child without a father in the home was not that I needed a father at home, because my mother was so fucking amazing that she could be a father and a mother. Yes, there was a lack of her presence at home, sure, but she made me so strong. She made me a person who I am today, to be transitioned to my mom in Kansas, which built another side of me. And my sisters, Samar and Sabina, the ones in Costa Rica, Joanna and Carol, they built the child in me. And my older sister, Carol, she was like my mother in a way. They all are following like my sisters. Like, for saying something, my sister was older. She was like 10, and that was my second sister. She was 9, and my brother, he was 8, and then I was 4 years old. So there was a big difference in between our age, and not between them and between me and them. Yet when I moved to the United States and my family, and I found my American family, Samar is 2 years older than my sister Sabina, and I am 2 years younger than my sister Sabina. So it was like 2, 2, 2. And the two of them, actually the four of them, had so much of an impact in my life of who I am today, for what I saw them be like and how they act like, mostly as sisters to each other, and then how they were with me, and when they brought this just beautiful humans to this world. In the beginning, Mason and Tayton, they're just my heart and everything. And yes, then my sister Samar had very later on, she had Lucy. And my nephew, Mason, his sisters is Bella and Corbin, and they were, I cannot tell, I mean, I don't even know how to explain it. They were the most beautiful children I was the lucky, and I still am. I'm the luckiest uncle I have ever been. I don't feel I have ever been the best uncle I could have been because of other reasons. And also I wasn't living there. I was living in New York City. But I did the best I could. I had the most, and I have the most amazing memories and videos and pictures, and I love them. They are everything to me, and as well as Nicole and Alexa, and then Mac, and then I had Steve, and Jesus Christ, Steve has another brother, and I forget his name because I haven't seen him in a while. See, this is how horrible I am. I'm not perfect. But also this for fights, but Marcel, Jesus Christ. I know it's with an M. Marcel. I don't get to see him. I see them a lot. I actually left Costa Rica when I was 19, and I think Steve was about 2 years old, maybe one or 2 years old, when I left, and I didn't get to see my Costa Rican nephews. One, because everybody was spread out, and I just couldn't hang out with them. But then the universe gave me this entire family, which because I was gay, and because of my decisions to get away from a country that I felt that after high school, it was fabulous for me. I had the most amazing high school. My friends were amazing in high school. My stray friends in high school, the ones I talked about before, they are still my friends to today. I didn't think I would ever get another set of them, because they were very special. And when I mean very special, they love me for me. They protected me. The male group that we had, which many of them, there was a time, of course, I was actually really popular in high school. Our group actually was the most popular in high school. And this stray man and that group, there was one time that I will never forget it in my life, because the other group of stray men, they hated me for being gay and always trying to bully me. There was one time, there were some guys that came up and said they were gonna beat the shit out of me. And my stray friends, my group of friends, the ones I love and still, when I go to Costa Rica, I desperately want to see. I was so surprised and felt so blessed and felt the love and the protection, because they came to our corner, that we had a corner that was pretty much for us. We did everything. I mean, we did everything. It's so stupid, but they came and tried to intimidate me and say they were gonna beat the shit out of me, and they went and respond. Before you touch him, you have to touch us. You have to go through us, not touch them. Right? And that moment of love, understanding, compassion, even though I hadn't come out yet, but I'm pretty sure they all knew I was gay. They were the sweetest, nicest, kindest people, and I was so scared after I graduated from high school that if I would dare to go to the university, in high school, after you graduate high school, everybody lives in different areas. So I think we all were going to go, hey, let's go into a group and let's go study together. Because I would have been safe that way. But it would have been me going again to a place where no one knows me. And maybe I'll be bullied again. Because before I went into the last Roberto Mesen, which is the high school that I went to, Liceo Roberto Brenes Mesen, I was in el Liceo de Costa Rica, which my father had graduated from, which was only male. And it was the first high school ever been in Costa Rica. That's why the name. And my mother put me in there because she forgot where I wanted to go and we were too late, and then she put me in there. She's like, oh, your father went here and it's close to your grandma, which that was the best part, because I went to my grandma's a lot. But I used to have to wear like long sleeves and a tie, and I'm not that type of kid, and I would like roll up my sleeves and bring down the tie, and they hated me for that. And I was in 7th grade, because the high school in Costa Rica is 7th and up, and they told me they were gonna beat the shit out of me, that if I needed to look presentable for the high school, like they were so proud of this fucking all male high school, which was a bunch of thugs at the end, because they weren't just smart kids, they were just had this sort of idea of pretentiousness that what the school male and this had this sort of other side, which was the female high school. There was only females. Maria, no me acuerdo. El señoritas. El señoritas. Just misses. It's just they weren't, but this high school and this high school, they love meeting each other, the girls and the boys. Anyway, I never cared for it, and I was bullied. And the end of the first year, I normally in Costa Rica goes from March to December, back in the day, and I went all the way down to September, and I just couldn't do it anymore. They just torture me, and I'm like, I can't go back. So I stayed at home, and I finished a new year just being home and everything. Then I went to high school by my house, and I had the most amazing life. Most gay men don't get the high school experience that I was privileged to have, because I was talented. I had won the first year in 7th grade when I had to repeat it. I won the talent show, and I continue to win it every year, except on my 10th grade, I think, 10th grade, I got 2nd place, because this really amazing girl, she was, the choreography that she created was so good. But I had won not only 7th grade, 8th grade, 9th grade, but in 9th grade, I actually won 1st and 2nd place. On 10th grade, I got 2nd, and then on 5th grade, or the last year, for me, I won won first place and I won second place with my choreography. The amount of times that I have been around straight men and understand straight men, because men are just men. Doesn't matter if you're straight, doesn't matter if you're gay. That's what we are. And women are different. Women, I have been around so many women that I understand women. I don't want to be with them. I cannot understand them. I empathize, and I am really good. I putting myself in their place and how they could feel about what men are doing. But as well, I understand the point of view of a man and how crazy they would see this, because men don't have the capacity, the mental capacity, or that in here they had only been created by a woman that understanding what other women go through. So this is the whole thing. I want to speak about the straight people and the straight women that create the LGBT, how we are here for you. You brought us into the world. Don't hate us. Don't tell us that we're going to hell. Don't not fight for us, because we didn't ask to come here. You brought us into the world. In this story, as if you study, we have been here all along, just like you. Because if God created Adam, after so many, the guy should finally got Adam, and then out of once he created Eve. Perfect. The queen. And then we have the bees, like the real, the bees. That without the bees, the whole world would not exist. It's the same thing with women. It's the same thing. Men, we need to understand we're like the bees now. The bees, remember, if we have a beehive, we only have one queen. There's no two queens ever. All the people, all the bees in the beehive are all females. All the workers are females, but maybe 4 or 6 are male, and they're called drone. So, and their only purpose in life and to be alive is to mate with the queen, so the queen can make a bunch of eggs, and that's it. After they do that as a man, as a male, those bees, those drones, as they are called, they die. There's no purpose. Yet there is a purpose, but not the same purpose than the queen females that work in the hive are for. We have our own purpose, and we are so valued. And yet, even in the beehive, there are some male drones that don't ever get to mate with the queen. And those, like I would say, like myself, they just go away and die when they have to die, and that's it. I think the lifespan of a bee, I think if I remember correctly, was like 4 years. So that's pretty freaking good, right? So let's start with Adam and Eve. Adam was created after many trials and error. They won. Then Eve was created once because they already have understand what they wanted and made it better by making it at the image of God, by be able to women be able to create life. Men cannot create life, women can't. And again, going back to the same idea that if the whole world had no man but one, and he was a teenager and he was dying and he was in a hospital, you can extract all of his semen and then impregnate every woman you want. All depends on the sperms that he produced. And then the whole world could be again full of people. So the importance right there is that man only what females need from the man to have a life with family and stuff, it is semen. No pleasure, no nothing else. They are just, and also what is one of the reasons, because men were created to be the workers, we were slaves for the gods, and females were the companions and the creators of new life, which it will become again another slaves for the gods, which we pretty much are right now, right? For like some of you, I'm not. So sorry. So let's go to the bees. There's only one queen. Queen bee, the straight woman, the only one. Now, why is only one straight woman in this? Because it might be another queen right here and another board. That's a different circle. This bee, this woman, can create all of them. And let's say even this man, stray man, the drone, which I call the knight, he has his own queen, but he was created so he can be with this queen, right? So this is guy where like, oh, I make the woman be a woman, be the creator, right? So I'm gonna be here, be the creator. So straight woman right here, right? That's the S for straight woman. If I put another queen bee, straight woman next to it, have you ever heard of two queens and one of those beehives? If there has ever been, maybe there are a few. Like one or two, if anything has ever happened. And I'm sure it has happened because I'm sure it has. But it is only one. And we all work for this one, right? Though she needed, or he needed, a companion. So God made her. Don't worry about this. She is the only real goddess. Men, we are knights. We were made to strong, we were made to protect, we were made to go out and kill in order to come back to her, who was by them most likely carrying our spring, which was the baby. She was not created for doing hard work, though she is a goddess. She creates the world. Because of her, with one sperm of his, she can create all of this, right? At least one of them. And then so she would have, for us, she would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If she had 6 babies, and they all could be here, she created it by using him, right? That's clear. So, a imagen y semejanza, like to the image of God. Yes, That's what she makes. Because she was made to, not men. Men were drones. We're just there, or they are just there to make the queen pregnant and continue the lineage. Now, if he dies, and no matter what, it's always her lineage, not his, even though I get his last name. He dies, she remarries another drone, another last name, but whose lineage, bloodline, the, her baby with another drone is going to be another drone, but her. So her babies with this drone are going to be in the lineage, and her babies with the other drone is going to be on the other lineage. Make sense? Now, I think God, in some ways, he was like, you know what? Fuck it. You are here to be a knight. This is your companion. And then he goes, well, women are amazing. But he was supposed to go out, right? So he's supposed to go out and get the food and la 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 and do all the stuff. She was like, who would she feel? Who would she feel safe with? No another queen bee. No, they should probably kill each other. Because when he comes back, he's like, what? Which one? So he created gaymen, which are the image of a stray man without wanting to sleep with her. We don't need to sleep with her. We just need to understand her, and we can, most likely, and most of you gay men understand your straight females, and all of you straight men don't understand why this happens. But this is because we act like you without the needs of you. They are very basic and very animalistic, and very, in a way, we are so simple. And not only this union is amazing, and what is amazing, because out of this union, I, as a gay men know what other men, because we're still men no matter what. Other gay men knows what men likes, and what that she always comes to ask for advice of going down on someone. Not their girlfriends. Straight girls don't go onto their girlfriends. Straight girlfriends like, oh, how do you go down on your man? No, they go like, girl, you need to talk to your gay friend. And they come to us and we tell them how to go down on a man. And even though they try, I'm pretty sure women cannot suck a man's cock the way another man would, because we are men. We know what we want. We know what we like. We know how to get us off. And we are so simple that we just need a hole. And it's so simple and it's terrible to say, but it's true. We just need a hole where to put it so we can release, feel good about it, and the cheating, all that kind of stuff coming into play, because we don't need feelings in order to have sex. And you can ask any of your gay, not any, but some, like, you have cute gay friends, and like, I understand there's no stray men that have ever had as much sex that I have had, or a woman, unless they were a porn star. You know, because as for men, we can have sex, get on the phone, talk, do you want to fuck? Yes, blah, blah, blah. And that person might have had an open relationship or had a boyfriend if they're a piece of shit too, because they're gonna come and cheat. But if that is up to them, that's not me, that's not on me. The idea is that we just want to get off. And that person can come in, put their pants down, we can just fuck them up, we can get fucked. And have no feelings, open that door, put on your clothes, open the door, is like, bye. Never seen them again. That is men idea. And all you straight men, I know you want women to do this. I know you want the straight woman to do this. You can't because you don't have the skill. Also, you probably could if you actually educate yourself, but in order for you to educate yourself, and this is the worst part of this, as God created gay men to protect and still be with them without feeling that they have to have sex with, they created women for lesbians for you. Yes, you heard me correctly, lesbians. They created lesbians for straight men. Why? Because lesbians understand an idea of wanting to be with a woman. Yet, they are masculine enough, they're in touch with their masculinity so much that they can hang out with you, understand whatever the fuck you're saying, and just like gay men. And lesbians and gay men, we are a reflection of each other. Why? Because she is a woman. No matter what, a lesbian, it is a real woman. Another queen for being a woman and able to have and create children. It's all her choice. And now this is a part of straight women and straight men need to get the shit together. She has a choice if she wants to bring a baby into the world or she doesn't. She doesn't need to get married. She could just have a baby on her own, go get some sperm, as a friend, blah, blah, blah. She gets pregnant. She doesn't need to have a sex or a whole life with this man. She could still be with her girlfriend, please correctly her girlfriend, and still have babies. Now, why straight men are so stupid that don't understand this is the best match for you? Why? Because she understands you. She doesn't want to sleep with you. You might like and want to sleep with her, but the best thing about her is the same best thing that makes about us. She can actually teaches you how to go down on a woman and actually please her. Because if I go through every conversation I ever had with all the girls I have ever been with as friends, and all the information that they have always given me, is that maybe a 1% of 100 straight men know how to really please a woman. You don't know their anatomy. And also, I say to every straight woman out here, do not marry a man or date him for too long without a straight man asking you to explain your menstruation cycle. Because only when the men understand something and they will know when that's happening, they're like, oh, she's gonna go ballistic here, and might she act this way, but it's not her problem. It's not just me, which most likely will be you for a reason, but it is not your entire fault because she has all these hormones in her body and that she's gonna act differently. So, who do you have as straight men? It's not about looking at them together. And yes, two lipstick lesbian, I fucking think it's amazing. But they would tell you what you want to know in order to please the queen. I, as a gay man, can tell the queen the best thing to please unite, drone, and that's why we're great for each other. Not only that you made us, but we are great because we are that sex, gender that she wants for protection, though I don't want to fuck her, and she doesn't want to fuck you. Got that? And we are each other's reflection. Now, one thing you guys have, all the straight people and even the gays, is the neglect of our transgender sisters and brothers, because they are as much of a man and as a queen woman that they say they are. Because God said, I'll give us someone for you to hang out with that doesn't disturb you or doesn't want to have like, oh, I'm gonna go and have sex with her. I just want, women wants to be understood. Women wants to be heard about what they are saying, what they care for. I mean, just to know that women are way more sexual than men is incredible, but they don't go through it because they have a brain better than ours. In a way that they analyze things, they need to feel, they're emotional. So if you fuck with her and her emotions correctly, you'll be having sex with your female partner all the time. Now, this is another problem. Transgender. So much of transgender men and transgender females or women are what God goes, you know what? If they aren't okay with this too, even though I created it for them to help each other, I'm gonna make a man understand what is to be trapped in a body of a woman. A man trapped, men's mind trapped in the body of a woman, so they get to understand what women are. And then you have the worst, because we are terrible. Then we have the men. Their body there's a woman trapped in them, and they, for some reason, suffer the most. And they have not only been your children, so if there's something that you believe that there's something wrong with them, is you created them. You created me, you created the lesbians and everybody else. So it's you. You want to blame somebody, blame straight people. Don't blame us, LGBTQ. We didn't ask for this. We just came to the world as perfect as you were at one point. We just were special. But this, I think God gave to all of you for a very specific reason. Only a transgender man that it is so in tune with their feminine side, so that they know they're female trapped in a man's body. Because remember, we all were born, we all were a female at the beginning, through conception, sorry, I'm so tired, conception all the way till we were born. Or that Y came down, and they were like, oh shit, balls down, penis out, no more clitoris, and that's how it became men. They understand that as being a man, a knight, they still get to be a knight, as much as the lesbian get to be a queen, and as much as the gay men become a knight or are a knight because we're men. Transgender men, they're still knight, they can still protect the real queen, right? That's a different story, but yes, they feel like a woman, and they do, because they are inside. You don't know what is inside them. So when straight people criticize transgender, or even gay people that criticize transgender, I understand that it is something we don't understand because the gay men, we're just pieces of shit and we're men. We're simple. And since some of us are actually getting more out there. I have never been with a transgender. I have always wanted to be with a transgender woman because I find it that is so, besides erotic, is you are at that moment with a woman and a man together, a perfect combination of a woman. You know what it's to be a woman having tits and vagina. You feel like, fuck, I should have had my balls out. That fucking gene did not came down. Now, because they were made to understand that even in their body, they understand women, and women will understand men. These are the only ones that I would say personally understand straight people, or at least gender, male and female, the best. And you all marginalize them like they were some sort of fucking, I don't know, toy or something that you can just toss. And when you were the one that created us, because God created you to be a creator and you created us, so you don't get to go like, oh no, because us men were created a few times before we actually got the right product. You can have as many babies as you can, no matter what. This baby, this transgender man, is as perfect as you were, as we all were when we were born. We were born into perfection. Every baby is perfection. The parents are the ones that put the fucking baby down and destroy them and ask them and teach them bigotry and racism and everything else there is a problem in the world for. So again, great friend with these straight girls, as always been. All the stories I hear, because I can sit down with her, she does not care about these things. Because she wants to talk about her man. She wants to talk about her other girl, or she wants to fuck her. We don't give a shit. So we can share how to go down on a man as much as she can share to you, straight man, how to properly please a woman, right? If you want to understand the other gender. Sorry. They are your best bet. How a woman or a man would not go to a man transgender and say, hey dude, tell me how women feel, tell me how you think. No, you rather destroy them and call them names when they have the information for your happiness, or at least sex happiness, as much as a transgender woman, right? Because she's trapped in a woman's body, and then she's feeling like, oh shit, I am a man, I want to do all of this. The transgender woman feel everything a male and a female feels, as it is, through not only because of their body, and they can still have babies, not only because their body, but it's because they're conscious. They're when they look at the mirror, they see a man. They don't look a girl. They don't see that girl. They don't want to be. So yes, did God fuck with us? Yes. No, God fuck with you too, for not understanding the connections and how stupid this is. The most, to me, this is the most stupid missed opportunity ever for straight men in order to have the queen happy. Because if straight men actually would have lesbian friends, no, because you can't fuck them in the idea of you wanted to see the lesbians, blah, blah, blah. No. This is hanging out with a chick. I know straight men like hanging out, it makes them feel good. Hanging out with a chick, but the difference is that she doesn't want to fucking sleep with you. Now we get to the part, this is the hard part for me. The liars. The ones that hide behind their curtain. And only they hide because of you motherfuckers, straight people. So this too disturbed our peace. Our peace. Now this bisexual people should actually be named they instead of the queer. And why I'm saying this. This bisexual woman could perfectly sleep with this transsexual man. Sleep with the queen. Since this bisexual woman, she knows she is a queen herself, right? She's a queen herself, but she can sleep with the transgender man and the straight woman. She can sleep with a lesbian. She can sleep with a straight man. So this fuckers, right? I think that's what I said. I was telling you that I was gonna do the Bible who added the whole thing about gay people. I'll get to that. She could sleep with all of these. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And if they wanted, and some do, sleep with transgender, now you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the worst part is when they get together. So now, the bisexual woman get to sleep or could sleep with how many partners? Straight girl, transgender man, lesbian, drone, straight man, transgender woman, and bisexual man. So they get to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. Are you fucking kidding me? Bisexual people are hardly ever found, hardly ever talk about, hardly ever come out. Yet, they're the most destructive. And why do I say this? Because they're the ones that are hiding. Because they have seen how much we, too, have suffered because of the you two assholes. So they just hide. And they marry one of you when they shouldn't. I'm sorry, but they shouldn't. Unless you're honest from the beginning. But if this woman's bisexual woman marry the straight man and this one cheats, right, with a woman, not only straight man feels like, definitely I don't know what I'm doing, because I'm sure you don't, but they can marry a straight man and he'll be like, oh yeah, bring your other girlfriend in, because you want the idea of like the two girls. They don't give a shit about you. None at all. no straight men. No. Bisexual women marries a straight man, but then might likely cheat with another woman. Most normally, because women are better than men in this way, bisexual men. Probably the top worst humans that you straight people have created. And the worst in our group, yet the ones that you hear the least. And why is that? Because this son of a bitch have seen me, you, them, this one, and this one, and this one, how you all being treated. And that's the smartest thing about men, because they're simple, and she is smarter than, I mean, like the bisexual girl. Again, the queens, the girls are born girls are the best. Why? Because you're a queen. You're ahead of the game. You think analytically and also emotionally, and you have that spend. Now, they could just get the knight. Now, this motherfuckers, the bisexual men, will marry the queen bee. How dare they, right? They marry the queen bee. Yes, I never say anything about being bisexual. So they most likely, like some of the guys I have dated plenty of straight men, and bisexual men. And there is a difference between a straight man that is figuring it out and a bisexual man. But again, and all of that is because straight girls and straight men fuck this up for everybody. Men marry, a bisexual man marries the fucking queen. Now, what does he have to do? He has to act like he's him, the straight man. When yet, he will be in Grindr and getting fuck or being a fuck another whichever, because they can choose. They like both, so it doesn't matter. That's the problem. And that is the problem of like people from like this and like all those fucking gay closeted disgusting men, because they would go to a place, bitch about the gays and lesbians and how horrible we are, when without us, I mean, we wouldn't be here without YouTube. So YouTube should be fucking happy about us, because without us, you wouldn't dress the way you fucking actually want. Because I believe that a queen, when it's a queen, always have these problems with allowing other queens to grow as big as her. And it's not your fault either. It's because your parents allow and did not give you the place in the world. Say you are a queen. You are not your vagina. You are not your virginity. You are just as good, if not better, than a man or your brother. So if he goes out, you need to learn how to take care of yourself. I would teach you, and then you can go out with him, and or maybe go opposite ways and still be entitled and feeling powerful of yourself. But because of these son of a bitches, like the ones in the Republican Party, that break every single time the gay Grindr, every single time there's some sort of Republican something, they're the ones always lying. Because they cannot, or even worse, because none of them understand their purpose in life. This one, the gay man, just because you all sons of bitches made us into a religion, we get, all the closeted gays get petrified to come out of the closet because of you. Not because of you, not because of the man. No. Bisexual men get just freaked out. And why? Because they want to go fuck somebody else. And then women do the same thing. The bisexual women go and fuck this one, and then it goes fuck her. And you here, and then you, bisexual men, hardly ever, but I know some that have, can go to the drone, like the straight man, the transgender, and the gay men, yet never told the real queen who he was. What kind of worker was he? What kind of drone was he? Is he the drone that's gonna come and give me the sperm and then die? No. They want to play everything before they die. And that's okay, because that's what they were made of, or made for. Because they are themselves, yet they can like a female and they can like a male as equal, which was crazy for some people to understand. And again, I understand it because I have dated bisexual people, and I actually been with straight men that I consider straight men, that we had a relationship, but the difference is very important on how you become, or how you are a straight man compared to a gay man or a bisexual man. First, all these issues come from the church, your parents, the idea what a man is, because your parents don't know what a real man is. Your mother doesn't know what a real queen she is. Your dad doesn't know he's a drone and a knight. And your mother doesn't know she's a real queen and a queen bee, right? The people in high society, like, to say in the Roman times, in the Egyptian times, and anything they're trying to pass their fucking lineage through blood or through birth, it's all women. They know, they understand. So the problem, again, because of that, they will cheat, right? He thinks nobody's gonna care because I am married to her. She is married to him, the bisexual girl. Now she goes and cheat with a girl, he goes and cheat with a boy or a girl, and you have the audacity, straight women, you have the audacity to be 100% okay, because I have all of this stories in my head of how girlfriends just made out with other girlfriend. They had some sexual, je ne sais quoi. And so the queen bee, oh, she gets to play. She gets to play in this role when she wants. What normally happens, it seems like, in college. So she is experimenting. That's how you all call it. Oh, well, it's just experimenting. But I'm straight. And everybody, okay, good. They think and I know for a fact, straight men know that is some bullshit. Because if they ever dare to tell a straight woman that they were doing exactly the same thing that you were doing, which was experimenting, right? So they had sex with another girl. Or the lesbians. She might have the bisexual. She could have gone sex with transgender men too. But you seem to believe that you're like the exception of the rule, that you get to play a lesbian role, be with another girl, say you like it, brag about it, make guys, because the guys are stupid, doesn't understand it. They're like, oh, thinking about two girls. No, this is not two girls. This is a lesbian or bisexual girl that actually she allow in. So they had her. She has a lot of fun because what? This girls, and even the transgender woman, if she wanted to, understand women bodies. So she gets to be pleased and sometimes most likely taught how to please herself. So you are useless. Now, you as a straight woman, I always like, oh yeah, I was just trying out, just sexuality. Yet again, the nerve to go and tell a man, you cannot experiment. Again, let's get that clear. A woman that needs to be mentally aroused tells a man that he cannot experiment with other men, even though the straight men are the gayest people in the world, because I have seen how you guys treat each other, and I never touch anyone's dick of my friends or ass. I put my finger in somebody's ass without being naked yet. And you love your bras. You love your bra because your bra understand that you suck and they suck as well. You hardly ever get or see a group of straight men hanging out with a lesbian because they're better than you, because they know exactly what she wants. But again, it's all straight female. This is your fault. When you tell a straight man that he cannot experiment, that he cannot tell you that he experiment because you will tell him that he's gay man when he isn't, but because he experimented or somebody went down on him. Then you look at men less. So what do the men do? They lie. They tell you they have an experiment or some weird shit happens. And why straight men, and this is reality, come to a gay man or any of transgender or bisexual men to have sex with? Because we don't give a shit. We are men. We just want to fuck. It's no feelings. The only feelings we get is while we're getting naked and trying to just come. They have no feelings. Even a straight man come and fucks me, a gay man, or a bisexual man, or goes with a transgender man. There's no feelings. Men, like I said, we're so simple, so stupid, but we're so simple. We don't need to be engaged here. We look, we see, oh, that's pretty. I want to see how that looks naked. And then we get naked and we fuck it, and then we're like, thank you, bye. And why straight men hate gay men so much? Because apparently the most a straight man would have as a sexual partners in their lifetime. In their lifetime. Let's say they last until 70. Because hardly men actually last longer than women. That's another one. In their lifetime. It's about 25 partners, top 50. Again, excluding the professionals. Gay men have 50 partners, I think, and about when you start, I would say in about 3 months, you could have probably sleep with 50 people. I would even say an ugly gay man. 50, you can get there in a year. And that is like pushing it. 50 in a year when a straight man will be 50 in their lifetime. Now, the amount of sex the gay men get is not the same as the amount of sex the straight men get. And that's why we know that straight men most likely are tempted to violate women. And it's not an excuse. I 100% condemn it. But because they have to be under this surveillance, that they do all this shit because they don't get enough sex. Yet if he goes to a transgender, he's not a straight man. If he goes to a gay man to get their dick sucked and just fuck a guy, they're not a straight. And I get that. It's true in some ways, but they don't care for anything. We don't care about that feelings. They don't want to cheat on you. But if you don't give them sex, they're going to find it. And most likely that's always why you guys cheat. Because also we're not made to be monogamous. I understood that after I got divorced and after therapy. And it took me a long time because sadly I was raised under this umbrella, which is called the Catholic Church. And my mom passed me all the horrible information and inaccurate information about humanity and what as a man I was supposed to be and what I was supposed to do and . Yet I could just, no one ever bitched me if I would have slept with all the girls that I could have slept with because of dance. I would have babies all over the world. But no, because I was a gay man, I was demoralized, and the point that I had to leave my country as soon as I graduated high school. That is ridiculous. A religion got in between my bed, my wants, my wishes, that I am a person that this is my body. I'll fucking do whatever I want with this body. No one can tell me nothing with it. Not even my mother, right? Because she gave me birth. She didn't own me. And that's my mother, actually, even though she's dead, she used to be amazing about that. She always says we were alone to her by the universe or God, that we needed to fly away as far away as we could. And three of us out of four did. And she wouldn't have done that. I wouldn't be able to have met my mom and my sisters and my dad in Kansas and my nephews and all the stuff. But my mother got it. She got it. She understood. But this is the problem, this communication, because women think that men will understand if they just keep pushing. Let me tell you, there is nothing, I hate people telling me what to do. A man telling me what to do is probably as bad, but a woman telling me what to do with my body, have her own opinion, like all those religious fanatics, that believe I'm gonna go to hell, and they are so uneducated because they don't even understand how they got in the position that they understand the things they understand. Why? Because I understand I was robbed by my mother and my father because they had their brainwashed by their own parents. Because my mother, as I was born, my mother and my father, as I was born, as we all were born, perfect, 100% perfect. So humans are born perfect and we become either shit or something good for humanity. But you, and this is the other thing that I think never understood. So women like, oh, the brand new baby, and don't give the babies away, and don't you ever dare to just abort a baby, even though it says that women are the one that create. A baby cannot create humans, another human. And if the woman has the decision what to do with her body, I, as a gay man, I have nothing to say about it. I have always thought that this was a woman's, is your body. When have you ever told a man what he cannot do with his body? And again, you can say, oh, life becomes a conception. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Because there's not a life to live inside your mom. Because you could stay there and die. And it doesn't mean that it has a soul. It doesn't mean it's an organism. So if you go to jail for aborting something, what if I take something out of your body that was supposed to actually be in your body, but you have to take it because it's killing you, because something happened, you did something? Should I be able to do that to you? Or not, just leave you with the pain and everything that I don't need to remove, because apparently that organ, that part of the organism that you are talking about, it needs to stay in you. And you die. And so that's the stupidest shit like that. And I might not be making so much sense right now because I'm fucking tired, but I needed to finish this. And we have to understand our places. We all are a group of people that were created for a reason. We are a hive, right? We are all, most of us are the other women working around for mom. Dad, either he can stay, he can go, but the moment she gets to create us, if dad goes away, she already created us. So she will live for us. As most children of a broken home, and it's not a broken home, it's actually honesty. And teach your children, please teach your children that as a child of a divorced parents, the only thing I wanted to see was my parents happy. And I didn't mean happy together, I mean just happy. If they were happy by themselves, I would have been so happy. But because they follow this idea that mothers and the parents have to be together, and the religious part of that is a real family. No, it isn't. No, it isn't, because we all can create our own family. I have so many family, New York family, Kansas family, like, it's not true. If my entire family in Costa Rica would have died, I would still have family. And what a family really is the people that are there for you. They understand who you are and respect you and love you, and they want you in their life with all of your mistakes and with all of your flaws. And if you come up with some shit and you start fucking with somebody else, like, fuck with their world, well, then they'll come up to you and tell you in your face and tell you, like, stop doing this shit, blah 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 blah. I think that's how I was raised. I just saw my sisters doing it. They have done it to me. I have done it to them. There is a mutual respect, but I understand what my sisters are as a woman. And again, this idea as a child this is another argument. Women, your mom, it's not your mom. Your mom is a woman, a queen. If you're a man, you're just a knight. If you're a woman, that your mom. If you're a girl, she's the queen. You're another queen, but you're not the major queen. You're not a daddy's princess. Your daddy is a knight. You're never. No females ever been born are ever princesses. You're a queen in your own. If parents would teach this, it would be so different, because they would devalue virginity. They would devalue having to be home and submit to the men, and realize they have to raise a child, a queen, that needs to understand who she is, her value, what she brings to the world, that she can create life when she wants, when she's ready for it, and prepare her for what's happened in these suckers. Moms, you moms, all the women, single women and women that have male babies, stop treating your male babies different than your female babies. You make the difference. The babies don't make the difference. If you tell a girl, run, and say the guy, run, if she doesn't want to go, or he doesn't want to go, it's different. But the idea of saying that he can run, but you cannot, because someone can abuse you sexually, yet we have allowed the amount of religious places in this world to do that to the children, based on you putting your children in the hands of the religion house, meaning Catholics. Not even 2 months, you already go and baptize your child. What does that mean to me, and what logically that means, is that you don't believe, you won't give the baby to anybody else. Nobody can touch it. But, oh, the priest and the church? Do you want me to baptize? Oh my God, please baptize my child. So you're giving up your perfect child, not to even a stranger to hold, but to an entire institution that only thing you're doing is what they want you to do. Why do you think these are created? Because if they wait until your child is an adult and you say, well, I'm Catholic, now you go and you can now become a Catholic, and then I go do your research, no one in the right mind, if you educated your children about life, no children would ever choose. I can't believe that would be happen, but no children would choose, unless you created your children or raise your children to be a narcissist. that they would choose religion, your religion, or any religion, because every religion has created crimes in the world. We're watching a genocide right now. Not only the Jews did it in Israel, the Nazis did it to the Jews, the Catholics did it to everyone with the Crusaders. The Muslims, I don't know as much as they have done, but they did conquer so much of the countries that when you go and conquer. And also remember, the Muslims were one of the most important people that actually brought a lot to the world at how it is. Not only math, but some of the religious part too is from them. Yet this idea that they get, I have heard, like the idea of having to go to heaven and have 12 virgins. Again, putting the women and like virginity is the most valuable thing. If you devalue, this is just a theory. I think if you devalue virginity from your daughters and from your sons, not only if ever happens, which hopefully never happens, because this is the most horrible thing that happened to me, but being sexually abused. If ever happens, it doesn't devalue you. It doesn't take anything except a really bad moment in time that someone abused you, and then you can go to jail. You can do everything. You can go to the prison, call the police, blah, 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 get the person arrested. You're fine, but it doesn't destroy you the way it does, because we have put this pedal on virginity and how to keep yourself. What is the other group that's so stupid that it had a promise ring and shit like that? Yet we knew that they have. It's just look behind the door, and the problem is the people that believe in religion never wants to look at the religion the way it actually is. It's portrayed and what it has done to others. And again, it's always the men. And because they're straight men, they don't get sex. So they go and do all this shit because you don't want to give them sex. But I don't blame you either. It's because you, straight men, marry women right now. If you're watching it, you're a married woman. Or you have a boyfriend. And you think he's the love of your life. Because you have a ring. And he is going to be so good after you get married. You're going to, he has so much potential. You know how many times I've seen that? You're never, ever changing the potential. There's no potential. Yes, we have a lot of potential for our own shit. Another potential that you saw and your dad, that you want so bad to your husband, somehow grossly, to me it's gross, wanted to be like your dad, that he loves your mom so good. Or worse, like mama's boys, they're like, I just want a girl that's like gonna be like my mom, that she cares of the house. No, you are a misogynist, that you think that women should be in the house, that they are not as equal as you. And again, you're gonna pass all that to your kids, which is gross. And uneducated, because you can go uneducate yourself. Instead of saying, I love how my mom was, I understand what she did, let's create my daughter. Let's find a woman that is also an independent woman. There's someone that actually knows her value as an independent woman, not just the value in the house. But she does understand the house value and how beautiful that is. But if I go back to the same shit, there's no growth. So most of the straight people have stopped growing after they get married as a part of the society, because they chose something that was already chosen for them by their own religion. No, by yourselves. You did not choose your partner. The religion choose the type of partner you're going to marry. And again, why do they do that? So they can control you. Have, just in case you're like, I'm done with the fucking church. You already had given me children. You already have baptized them in my church. That is people I'm counting on. Just like a country counts on the people that the births of different children, because that is money coming in. And how much money do you spend on baptize somebody, or like I did the confirmation, and then the first communion. Well, the first communion, then the confirmation. It's just money. You're not making your children better, because if you have values, our values as a human being, they were not taught by the fucking church and the 10 commandments. That is just they were there. But even if they weren't there, we already know as a human beings that if you kill somebody, it's a horrible thing to do. If you go and cheat on your wife or your husband because you don't have sex. But this is what you both have to understand. As a straight couple, I would say the best couples are the ones that actually tell each other the truth, that he understands her and she understands him, that he and she will sit down and say like, okay, I love you, we love each other, all this love, I want to be with you for the rest of my life. You can be with somebody for the rest of your life. Doesn't mean you're gonna be faithful for the rest of your life. I think the most realistic, now that I've been cheated on, and I never thought, because there's one thing, I don't cheat. I never cheated. I find that despicable and the most disgusting thing you can do. I have done it back in my teens, because the karma came back too fast. I swear never to do that, because I lost really amazing men because of that decision, because I said, if you lied to me, if you cheat on me, I'm done. Even happened with my ex-husband, that he cheated on me halfway or dating. I broke up with him, then he lied to me to get me back. We got me back and lied to me for the rest of our marriage. Well, for the rest of our dating situation, until after, this is the piece of shit men are, until after 3 days that I already have married him. Then I realized he's been cheating on me the entire time. And then he had the nerve, and this is what men said. That's what he said. I'm so happy. I'm so relieved that you find out. You're gonna love an open relationship. And I was like, fuck you and get the fuck out of my house. And 3 days after, and because religion, I had a dream that I thought it was my dream. It wasn't my dream. It was somebody else's dream I had put in me about to have a marriage, to marry once, because my mother married once, and I wanted, all my brothers had married once, but we all have divorced. I wanted to be the only one that never divorced, so I waited to find the fucking man that I thought I would be spending the rest of my life with. And he lied. And 3 days after marriage, I was forced into a marriage by a lie. Then I realized I married this motherfucker, lied to me. I wanted to divorce him and I wanted to annul the marriage. But then things I wasn't I had overstayed my visa, so I was trapped because he even said, well, if you go and annul the marriage, and because I did tell like we're annulling the marriage tomorrow, and he was like, well, if you're gonna acknowledge your marriage, you know that you're gonna be seen later on if you want to marry somebody that you might try you're faking it. And I'm like he never understood that I had spent already 3 years after gay marriage passed to meet the right guy, which I already had met them. I have met them like 3 before. That I should have asked my friends, would you marry me in order to get my papers? No, marry for love. I married for love because I thought he would be the man of the rest of my life. I will have a house, I will have a baby, I have a car and the dog. We talk about this. And there's another thing. It's not that I didn't talk about it. I talked about it, but he had been a gay closeted man with a horrible family background and religious ideas. A man that had been cheating, like his father cheated on his mom all the entire time. So all of that, he could have changed it by just being honest. That he told me all of that, but he never told me that he was cheating on me, that he never actually stopped. He actually told me that, yes, I'm never going to split with anybody. The only thing I want you is you. I love you very much. I have all the texts and shit. But this is the problem, because men aren't, there are some men, neither, like it could be bisexual, could be gay, could be straight. If they don't have the communication skills, the straight men don't really have them. They don't know how to express their feelings because their parents had never allowed them to be more than just man. You go work. Yes, you do. You're a knight. You go work. You take care of the queen. You create the hive. But you're still a knight. You never take the space of the queen, and the queen never takes your space. The problem is when you allowed, and the women allowed men to some way, somehow, dismiss each other and don't value what you bring to the table in order to be a real hive. Women keeps telling men shit that they don't give a shit. You know how many times I have heard a woman saying some shit to a man on the street? You don't care for me. And the guy's like, what the fuck are you talking about? I was just talking to my best. It's like, he's my best friend. Why would you tell him I was like, because he's my fucking best friend. Because you fucking do the same thing to your girlfriends. You go and tell her everything, but I cannot. But then you don't care about me? Like, that's fucking crazy. And again, it's because women don't know their place. They don't know their value. And men don't care. Because they are, in some way, belittled by society. But also because men don't understand their place. If you understand that you're a knight, if you understand that your job is to be, if you want just females, right? Straight females. You want to start sex with straight females. Get yourself a fucking lesbian friend. Let them teach you how to get a girl, how to talk to a girl, why to talk to a lesbian. Because they're women. They want women. And they understand how to get pussy. Most likely women, lesbian women, have more women in their entire life than straight men. Unless, well, there's a problem too that we all know. We call it the lesbians thing, right? So the lesbians, they meet, and then the third date, they move in together, which actually is pretty much almost kind of what I did. They meet, they get together, they already get the cats, the cat lady, and then they divorce because they can't understand each other. And there is Jim Jeffries, actually. I love that guy, the comedian. On the last special, this 2025, there's fucking hilarious. He said the statistics in divorce, in couples, are the number one divorce, lesbians. Why? Because also lesbian needs to understand that they're both queens. So that's why God didn't put another straight queen here, right? Like it's like or creator or whatever God I'm talking God because I'm talking to you, but not because of me. But if God were to put another queen bee, straight queen bee, they would have needed to have two knights. But those two knights, if this queen bee is not giving this sex, but this other queen bee, straight queen bee, will give sex to both of them. Now, this queen bee will be like, I'm gonna kill you, because there's only one queen bee. And that's what people use women against women. That's why men hardly ever go against each other, because we know what we want. It is simple. We don't feel threatened until we are threatened, but we just want to fuck. That's why straight women, you have all the people you have created. You have the transgender man, which could help you to understand what is to be a man inside of a woman's body, or a woman's body inside of a man. Transgenders actually will help you, straight woman, to understand man. Gays, we little have been telling you for millennia that your man just wants to have his dick sucked once, at least twice a week, right? Bisexuals, it's all of them. I understand straight women cannot have sex all the time without the mind thing. And we all know that, let's say that if I put by the way, so lesbians are the biggest, right, divorce. Second, straight people. And the statistics, straight people have the second ones and the divorce level. I am part of the third. The gays are the ones that divorce the least, because there are two men. I tried to work it out. I tried to forgive. I tried to fix our marriage. But again, because I have a little more on my side. But again, I thought he had been already married to a woman. He already had a child. I would talk about children. I thought we were gonna make it. I still wanted to make that story created by religion in my life. I wanted to make it happen. And by me trying to make it happen, it took all of my fucking years, all my 30s. Because he is a piece of shit, has no communication skills. He has nothing. He doesn't have any communication skills whatsoever. He can't even communicate with his own child, let alone with his ex-wife, let alone with me. I was naive about that. What I have learned is I don't like to share and I don't like to cheat. So the reality is, for every couple is to say, we're gonna be together. If you really want to make a commitment to somebody as a marriage, I think all marriage have to have a written thing that you both sign up and says, I understand that we're gonna get into this. I love you, you love me. We're gonna be together forever. Forever together doesn't mean that we're gonna have sex all the time. Men will have sex all the time. Gay men will, until pretty much your dick cannot go up, and then we start taking pills or something, right? So you can get it up, and you just can get fucked or get your dick sucked or suck somebody. We are always gonna get sex because we need sex, because that's what we like, right? That is a way for us to feel safe, hot, involved, just fucking lose my mind, or just need to just let go of steam. Women, straight women and straight men have this idea of forever, forever. And I'm the only one. And he's the only one. Which is a lie. Because I don't know the statistics and I won't say anything, but I pretty much believe, based on my life experience with my girls, when they tell me what they have been cheated on, or the straight men that I have to sleep with. And again, why straight men come to gay men? Experiment. I listen to them or understand what the fuck they're saying, or just don't say shit and just be there and whatever it is, or have a communication that I understand. I got it. It's not that women you cannot understand. It is that it is a different, because every time that a man says something and you're gonna criticize something that you make it about you, most likely you will, becomes a problem, because he can open up because you're gonna criticize him, and he thinks you're gonna criticize him because what and that, blah, 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 and then it builds up. Men normally tells, like, I think the best communication I ever had with my ex-boyfriends and friends, that after so many years we can tell each other how it is and what it is, and we move on. I mean, there's so many people we have slept together, and then I have a full conversation with them, or had a full conversation with them, and then we sleep together, and they would never see each other again, or we do see each other again, but the way we treated each other is how a man, I understand. Like, I had a relationship in Kansas City with this doctor, in which I had a whole family. I didn't go, I mean, I'm not the type to go for, like, let me go tell your wife. No, because I never stole him. He came to me. Well, we found each other. I don't do nothing by going to his wife and tell her, because I already knew that he was being deprived of sex. If he goes with another woman, he thinks that the woman's gonna go and tell you, and then you're gonna destroy the whole marriage. And then he wants to have sex, and he wants to feel hot, and he wants to feel sexy, he wants to be wanted, and he still need to fuck. And even though it was a straight man, he still needed that, and he did not. And I was very young, but he did not wanted to be with me per se, but he wanted to have something with someone, and happened to be me. And he went on to his life. I already knew, because he had told me, like, this is this is what happens. But he was all, I can't give you nothing, like, it's just gonna be sex, it's just gonna become, like, all this stuff. To me, it's normal. To me, it's okay, because that has happened throughout my entire life. I had plenty of straight men in my life that also are opposed to being with men only because of religion. But if I grab a straight man, oh, those straight men, they're like, I would never touch a man, that's gross, blah, blah, blah. But then you see them in the, how do they say here, on the locker room, so please. But then, if I grab one of those guys, I put them against the wall, you know, grab their arms and their feet, blind them, and I shave my face, so I go with some boy and a girl. They have no hair whatsoever. And that person goes down on a man. That straight man, so manly, will still get hard, will still come, and will still know if that was a boy or a girl. Most likely, the only way he would know if he actually had a good blowjob, he would like, oh, that's a man. Fuck, get off of me, right? So they would actually say like, a girl, just go do the blowjob. So he gets a bad blowjob, and then he was like, oh, it's a girl, it's fine. You understand? Because men, we don't pay attention to this shit. Straight men don't. They don't understand their bodies because they have never been with enough women, and they don't have enough information. Women, if you're straight man, again, if you're, sorry, and if you had been engaged, if you're engaged, and, or you're married, and your man doesn't understand your menstruation, the cycle that I had to learn with 13 girls in Costa Rica, that I knew which one was when and what, and how everything smells, how you act, how your skin gets this sort of tone, and how you will go either too short or too long about something that you normally don't. If they don't pay attention to that, if they don't really know what is happening inside of you, how are you okay to give your entire life for this man that don't know you? And straight men, the only person that will be able to allow you, and I know that you have your boys and your dude, like, I get that. You go with your gay straight friends, because all those boys, like, oh, I'm with my boy. Yeah, he's like your boyfriend. Like, gayest shit ever. So, I don't understand why straight men think they are so butch, or they're so, there are no, like, feminist. I was like, dude, please. You sleep with your friend, you touch his penis most likely, you slap his ass, you're always hugging him, you kiss him. I never do those things with just anyone. And I do it with my friends. The only thing I do with my friends is hugging them and kiss them, and that's it. I never go around touching their parts because I find that this is disrespectful. Also, they're my friends, I respect them. I don't need to do that. Unless we're some sort of, maybe once in, I don't know how many years that I would like slap somebody's ass, but maybe for the reason that's happened in that moment. But this is not a constant. Straight men do this constantly, right? And to me, that is the gayest thing. And to all the gay men, we all know that's very gay. But yet, or like, it depends on some parts of the world. Some men walks with each other with crossing, with arms around their arm, and they just walk around. Yet, but holding hands is worse than just arm around. And again, is just the hypocrisy. Also is the uneducation that you have gone through by being brainwashed and indoctrinated in whatever religion you're in, and your parents not doing their job that they needed to do in order to break with the cycle, in order to give you a life that you could choose what religion, if you ever wanted to be a religious person, or what values you learn. Now, if the only values you have as a person is based on a religion, that is sad, because that means you would have been an animal if you were raised in a country that had no religion, or in an area specifically that everyone was atheist. So you'll be a piece of shit, you'll be a psychotic, you'll be a killer, you'll be... No, I don't believe so. Mostly because everything that this world is going through is based on religion and for religion's ideas, by manipulating, trying to get power to control the masses. So thank you very much for all of this. Now, I hope this helped you understand that we're all together. And the good bitch or bad bitch, the good bitch, the queen bee, can either be a good bitch by understanding all of this and understanding she is the queen, and or a bad bitch by being bad to criticize, like those Christians assholes online that they're like gay men and lesbians and transgender, and fuck you. You be a bad bitch because you don't know your place. And if your place, the only thing you see yourself is in the kitchen, stay in the kitchen. Nobody cares. But stop coming against us because of the two of you cannot fucking have sex or understand each other. It is not our fault that you two can get your shit together. He doesn't understand you, you don't understand him. It doesn't matter to us because we want to fuck. We all do. We don't give a shit about you two. I don't want to be with a straight man. But a straight man comes in, they want to be with me, have sex, fuck yeah, I'll fuck it. As well as a bisexual man, a gay man, and the idea that is I will fuck who I want. Transgender man, I fuck who I want. What I will not fuck is a one ever to fuck. It is a lesbian or a straight woman. Just won't do it. It's just, it is not in me. I don't care for women in that particular way. And I only like men. But we have been pushed on those positions. The straight men that gets their dick sucks on the bathrooms are either bisexual or straight men that are so frustrated because you don't understand the sex is part of what he needs. And he doesn't know how to get in your pants, but he doesn't understand that he needs to have a brain in order to get into your brain. So if you teach him, please teach him, or get him a fucking lesbian friend, so he will learn how to go down on you, that you actually be like, oh, you know what? My doesn't understand, but he fucking knows how to get me off. And again, the straight man, women don't need you. Women can do life without you. Women don't need you even for pleasure. We need a whole, but they don't need anything. They have their own guitar going on, and they will be happy their entire life. Anyway, that was my education for all of you. Hope you don't like me. Sorry, I was so tired, but it just now it's like 6 o'clock in the morning, so thank you. And I hope this helps some people, and I hope this helps. And if you have a new child, break with the fucking chains of religion, not for the religion, but because what it comes with it, which it is devalue women, uneducated men. They make you hate or love your child, depends on what they are, right? And you'll never be happy You always think that your partner is gonna be for you for the rest of your life. Now, yeah, sign out the fucking, uh, forgot what it's called. But if you're gonna get married, realize that your partner, after 10 years, most likely 5, but 10, 15, say, give me 15 years of you being faithful to me. And that's what I think is the new idea of how it should be. Tell your partner, give me, depends who you are, 5, 10, 15, or 20 years of monogamy. Give me all you have to give me, because I understand that we're not gonna be in the same level for sex, and you're gonna be a time that you're gonna want to fuck, and I don't. And I should be able to tell you, well, it's been 10 years, honey. You're free to go and have sex if you can. If we're having sex, he's not gonna go anywhere. So if you're not, allow your man to go outside your door. Allow your men, allow your women to go and do things, because this is not one way. Like, the idea is, if you're doing this, women have the same rights, because maybe they meet another girl, maybe they meet another man that actually makes them tickle. It doesn't mean that they're going to go and divorce you. It means that they are allowed, because they have an open relationship. Now, that will be a mature and a different level of not just to having an open relationship because of it. It's because you actually work together for so long. You build a family. I'm talking about only the straight people. Gays, we're all different things. But understand, women, that you're a queen. You're a brain. Men are simple. We're not kings. We're not kings. We are the knights. We're supposed to protect you. We're supposed to please you. We're supposed to be here for ourselves. And we are so different. We don't have any of the emotions that you produce of feel, or the connections with the child for the rest of your life, and change our DNA. We cannot change our DNA. So stop trying to change a man to be this idea that you all think that he could be, the potential. Every time, if I would have given money for every time I hear a woman say, oh, he had so much potential. Of what? They're ever going down on you correctly? Yes, maybe. Some men might be good at it. But to make them look or be like your dad, or who you thought they could be because the way they look and what they actually are doing in order to get in your pants, yeah, delusion. So tell your men, after 10, 15 years, I think we both have an open relationship. I get to fuck whoever I want. You get to fuck whoever you want. You guys have to have some sort of rules. That's up to you. You have to have the rules and shit. But then stop telling your children, no, daddy's cheating on me, or no. When you're in an age, I will tell you what I will explain to you, but no, daddy is not. You don't need to even tell your children until you understand that, like, hey guys, let me tell you what life is about, or what's gonna happen in life. Because men haven't changed since we were created, and neither have women. And again, don't believe that women are so innocent, because I don't believe so. Straight women, and women know that you're the creators. Now, the problem is, some of you and some men, because they have not grown into a rich family, that would be the big difference. Because if you were inheritors from go say Paris Hilton, right? Paris Hilton, not only is she's rich on her own, the family, the connections. So whoever she marry will get not only the babies, if she gets babies, but the connection. Her husband could be a very high-end billionaire, whatever fuck thing. He dies. They had only male, if he dies, there is so much lineage. If she has girls and boys and girls and girls, her lineage duplicates more. But they had created this system about you not cheating or being monogamous, so you don't multiply and the wealth stays within groups, right? So if you were, that's why it's not the way the rich stays rich. No, this is why you never see the head of a family, which is the women of families, rich families, ever talking in front of no cameras. They send the men. Oh, because the men is the head of the men is not the head. Everyone knows that at home, if you're a straight couple, men are, for some things, will be the head of it, but not when it comes to the family reproduction. Not when it comes to the family, what that's happening, what that's, no. Because what does this say, which is so stupid? Happy wife, happy life? Exactly. So women are the top, and some women know, but only the women that are rich, women that knows how they create the world. Men are always a protector. That's why they're the knights. So these rich people that actually are only you see are the men, hardly ever hear of the women, is because they are the ones that produce and say who marries what and how, everything. Like, why in wars they go and kill female and children? Because men can produce, replicate as much as women? No. Women brings life. So even in Gaza, I know it has nothing to do with the part of it, but let's just go by the basics of women and men. It was reported that normally women and children were killed. Why did they kill men? Did you ever ask yourselves that? Why wouldn't they just kill the men? Why would they go for the children and the women? Children will defend their moms, right? So either you reproduce yourself, make tons of them, and you revenge. Women, because they will reproduce and create more of the things they didn't want to be there, right? Men, they'll just take the pain, They're dead, There's no, if they're alive, and there's nothing to reproduce with, you're gonna die. We are a dying species on our own. Men are. Women aren't. And children, either little girls and little boys, that means more of others, more of and this is when the gross people and racist people comes in. If you don't want a race to reproduce, what you kill? You just kill everybody. You just take everything out. No, you just kill the women. Kill the women and the children. easiest way. Again, look at all the rich families. Which one do you know to be the boys? Pretty much all of them. I mean, the royals, easiest. The princesses, yes, but not until they become a queen, yet. Who had the power in the house? The queen mother. And Elizabeth, when she was a queen, she had the longest reign for forever, right? So, because she was the monarch. Though their story is so fucking fucked up, and the mix with the Germans and the Russians and the bastards the family allegedly mixed with, in order to give royal blood. That's why they call it blue blood. It is not because anything else, just to create a few chosen by the mothers, not by the parents, not by the dad, by the mothers, and what they can go and who are they coming and how big this can get. So if I have this and somebody's making another fucking the same thing, even if you're poor, but you're doing the same amount of collecting the best out of your family and trying to get them to marry each other and that person and that person here, and you create a dynasty on your own lineage. That means if ever one of yours get crossed with mine, I lose my shit. Or mixed money. So always the problem here in society have been either the good bitches or the bad bitches. Nothing to do with the knight. Knights just have to show up their faces because that's what they have to do. But if you figured out who is the mother of whom and where are they, how can you never seen them, la la la, same thing. Again, look at the United States, which is the craziest shit to me, that when we find out that a child in the public school did a essay or something like that about the president of the United States. Every single one but one, even Barack Obama is on the list. Comes from a royal from England. You can make up this shit, and I'm not making it up. And you guys can go online and find out for yourselves. Everything that I'm saying that you don't believe it. I'm not straight. I'm just sick and tired of women that I love don't understand that they are queens, that they are the creators of the world, and they are not those yet in power because they're not super rich or super wealthy until they actually meet someone that is like that, or they create their own wealth. But also the men, the straight men, that they don't understand why women are the way they are, and they can never but then they hate on us because we get as much sex as they actually wish, even if for a year they could ever have. But we're men. They like men, so we're gonna have tons of sex. That is normal for us and easy. It could be easy for girls if females would teach their men to read the fucking novels that you all like. And I read 2 pages and I was like, I cannot to read this. And I understand how sexy and like, but I don't need that. I just need a man put his pants down and it's like, looks at me like, hey, you want to fucking, like, fuck yes. Women don't have that mentality. So men, stop acting like they don't want to fuck you. No, it's because you don't provoke their mental capacity. You don't turn them on in the way that you're expressing yourself. Also, be a fucking gentleman and figure it out. If she's in menstruation, something happens, you don't care. And last, women, if you want to tell something to a man, if you want to tell something to your men, if I'm here with my beer, right? Or I'm on the phone, most likely your men are like this. I'm taking a beer. Do you think I care about what the fuck you're doing? No. I just hear you going there, and if unless you say, hey dude, you want to have sex, I'll be like, what? Sex, we will hear. If you from there or in the kitchen and I'm here, you're like, I need you to go get this, can you remember this? Yeah, that's what you're gonna get. And then you're gonna get a phone call, or you're gonna be asking, where am I going? Okay, I'll get chair. Yeah, got it. Then he'll call you from the supermarket or whatever you needed to go. Like, so was this, that, or this? Because I got confused, right? They were never there. They were never present because we are simple. If you don't move my ass out of here, not by pulling me, not by forcing me, because the moment you force me, I'm already annoyed. I am not gonna pay attention to you. But you could maybe get up and maybe go to the kitchen. The moment I get up and I have taken 3 steps, you have my attention. If during that point A to that point B, no one calls me, nothing sounds, nothing takes my attention away from you, you have my attention. And most likely you'll get like a 95% of attention of men, what they're saying. And this is only my, this is my theory. Try it, because I try it with the men I have been with, and it always works. So just try, but it's mine, motherfuckers. It is mine. I created it, because, well, I didn't create it. I was just pay attention. Most people don't. So again, get me out of this. The moment I get up and I have to look up and I'm taking 3 steps, then you're like, some Mike, I'm just know why you're saying Mike. Hey Mike, so I need you to see if you can go to this. So you're like, If I go back to this as you're talking to me, you're not having me. If I go like, okay, get up, put your shoulder off, make it sexy. And honey, can you hear? It's like, can you smell something, like whatever? And the guy will come to you. He put his phone down. You have his attention for 95%. Most likely you get 90 to 85. But if during point A to point B, as he's walking and you have him and he's hearing you, it's like, okay, so like, oh shit, okay, what? All right. But somebody says, sex, and you're like, or like, Mike, you're like, huh? You lost me. Because I had you, the moment I did this, as a man, I'm not here and here. I mean, gay man, most likely can do it. And yet, not 100%, but we can't. We are intuitive in that way. I mean, at least I can. And not perfect. Women, you are different. You might be cooking, doing homework, because you're studying to become this amazing lawyer. And you're cooking, you're like, and you're like reading the book, you're like, as you're like putting shit, and your kid or your fucking husband or boyfriend comes in and I was like, hey honey, could you do blah, 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 blah. And you're like, yeah, okay. You can keep going. And you got it. You're studying, you're cooking, and you got this motherfucker what he said to you. And you perfectly got it. It's like, and you could even go like, do you want that with that? And they're like, yes, yeah, because we forgot that that's how we would like it. And you remember while you're cooking and you're fucking studying, got the information and throw something at me while you go back to the same shit. That's women. Men don't have that. Some of us could have done it, not 100% there, because we are in touch with our femininity, and that is the thing you all have to understand. Even straight men, either fucking get in touch with your femininity, because we all come from women. We are women before we're men. Is in us. Just you have to be able to, you don't need to feel less of a man because you're in touch with your feminine side. Actually, I have met incredible straight men in touch with their feminine side, which their wives loves them. And they have never had to be with a gay man. They have never done anything. And I had the conversation with them, and it's incredible. So, but it's only, by the way, it's only because they are okay being, it's not being feminine. No, it's because they're in touch with their feminine side. Like, they understand, they are care for their women. But because of this bullshit that was, I mean, now there are some stupid Republicans and Christians and shit, like evangelicals and shit. Every straight people, they are annoyed with men losing their masculinity. No, men hasn't lose any masculinity. No straight men. And you don't care. Don't fucking count us in that shit. We are not you. You are the simple, easy 1, 2, 1, 2. We are the stars. We are special because we are. Especially in the way that we can, if I wanted to, I would be with a girl. I have babies, have my family. If I wanted to, but I don't, because I don't want to be with a girl. We all could. You two don't have options. Yeah, you go and experiment. And some of you might like it a little bit. If you like it, that means you're not really straight, and you're the other one. I, as a gay man, I could choose to do that if I wanted to. But because I respect myself, and I love myself, and I love men, I will never do that, because that's a waste of my life. Because I could have a baby if I wanted to without a woman. But then what I would have to do, even as a gay man, I would have to have a baby that has already been born, or I have to rent a wound so my baby can become something. So again, you two get it, your shit together, and leave us out of your fucking problems, because we don't create your problems. You created us. We're not your problem. Your problem is that your husband doesn't know, or your man doesn't know how to talk to you, because you haven't actually, or their moms, based on their religion, believe who they are and what women are. And you, as a woman, as a straight woman, you believe that you're still a fucking princess, but you have never been a princess. There are so many few princesses in this world that actually have the money, to be able to be called a princess. You're not a fucking princess. You're a queen of your own world. You're a queen. You're not daddy's little girl. You're not. Is it mommy's little boy? Right? And then we had that problem of, but then again, he gets more right to the girl, but you want to be treated equal. And then we had, back in the 60s, 70s, when everybody was bitching about how men were so misogynist, I think was the word, and how all out of touch with family values. And so back then, men were too masculine, too no, they never they never give a kiss to my son, they never love on their sons, blah 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 blah. So criticize the man for not being masculine enough, for being too much masculine, and for nothing abuse, but just for being masculine, right? It's like, you're a misogynist. Now, when men have tried to change and be a little more in with you, men have lost all masculinity and blah 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 blah. Well, why haven't we said that you have lost all femininity throughout the entire relationship? When you think you're the driver and you're also the passenger. So what are straight men there for? And the only people that will give straight men their value are the others, or another queen that wants to take your key, that wants to take your knight. Simple as that. So it's not just men. Women are the problem. How you raise your children will be the problem of the next queen, or your own child queen. You're raising only knights and queens, and all the others are to help your world to be better. Just stop trying to destroy us. Stop trying to go against us, because of us, you have a better world. Because of these fuckers, we get here. Because you guys don't understand these motherfuckers, and they always hide. There's a few of you that I know I have dated myself. I don't know how you do it, but if you hide, you're just making more damage. And I get it. You have to, because your stupid religion and your beliefs on how you were raised, and you were never taught more about life, and none of you motherfuckers have done the research about yourselves and the children you might bring to this world. Just as you don't think about just think it is an innocent thing to just give up your child for a baptism. It's not innocent. You're robbing them out of their own choice. By that, then adding all the shit that you think is wrong. Like, if mama says, oh, I don't like cilantro in front of the children, what do you think the children are going to say? Yeah, I don't like cilantro. No, you do. You don't, maybe, because you never tried it. Mom can have her own opinion, and y'all can have your own opinion about that kind of stuff. Give me the choice to try it. Don't say anything. Just keep your mouth, because you're an adult. You know you have your own opinion about something. Let's see what they have to say. That's it. It's so simple. Anyway, this is 4 fucking hours and 20 minutes that I have created tonight. And I did it because I was happy for Valerie, and I did it because all the female that I know, and because I know so much about other females, and it's sad that men don't understand you and you don't understand men, but hopefully this helps. Deuces. Penis.